Now on Coast TV News.
Big store backlash.
We would essentially be trapped in our community.
The concerns over the initiative that would bring Costco to the coast and where it stands with Sussex County officials.
Animal rescue leader charged. The shocking details involving dozens of dogs and cats, how the Brandywine Valley SPCA in Georgetown is helping with their care.
Good Thursday morning, Delmarva. That autumn-like chill is in the air this morning. Some of us waking up to temperatures in the 40s. I'll have details on a spectacular stretch of weather ahead.
Slow ride. The special event zone in Ocean City set to go into effect later this month. What town officials want you to know ahead of the Endless Summer Cruisin event.
This is Coast TV News Today.
And it is Thursday, October 2nd, 2025. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
And good morning, I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us for our 5 o'clock hour.
A bit crisp out there this
Yes.
morning in the early morning hours.
Just a bit. I mean, Chris just said some areas waking up to temperatures in the 40s.
It felt like
How
it.
do you
I
feel
don't
about
know.
that, Matt?
Well, it's October, so it is what it is.
Yes, wow. We were talking about how the first week of fall was very warm, felt like summertime. Well, Chris, now we are just getting thrown into those cooler temperatures.
Yep, the Mother Nature flipped the switch on us, and we are seeing that autumn-like air this morning, especially away from the coast. It's a bit milder in Ocean City, where the temperature there is 65. Still have that onshore push of wind, and we're between about 15 to 20 miles an hour. But take a look at the 24-hour temperature change here across a good bit of Delmarva. We're 16 degrees cooler than we were this time yesterday in Salisbury, 14 degrees cooler in Georgetown, so that chill is certainly in the air. And you could see west of Coastal Highway, it's 45 Harrington, one of our cooler spots there, 49 Laurel, 48 Gumboro, 47 Longneck. But as I mentioned, a bit milder at the coast with that wind, anywhere sustained between about 10 Ocean City to 18 Indian River Inlet, not nearly as breezy as where we were at yesterday. You can still see some gusts upwards of 24 Indian River Inlet to 22 in Ocean City, and the dew points are in the 40s, so that is a sign of that dry air mass that is in place. We're pretty clear and dry through most of the East Coast. High pressure over Canada settling southward, and that's really going to dominate our weather pattern for the remainder of the week and into the weekend. In fact, we have a weekend masterpiece ahead, and believe it or not, as quickly as we cooled, we're going to quickly warm over the weekend and into early next week, and we're going to stay pretty dry through that stretch as well. We're waking up temperatures in the 40s and 50s, on our way to highs in the upper 60s under partly cloudy skies. We'll talk more about that weekend ahead in your full 7-day forecast a little later on in the newscast. Matt.
All right, thank you, Chris. Our top story this hour, another delayed decision on plans for that large shopping center on Route 24 that's west of Lewis.
A vote to change the zoning for Atlantic Field Shopping Center, which would include a Costco, Target, and Whole Foods, didn't happen at Wednesday's Planning and Zoning meeting. The commission deferred their decision on the zoning amendment to a later date.
And people who live nearby, they were at this meeting, many saying they're worried about the traffic that the new stores could bring to the area.
My issue is really traffic and really rendering the streets surrounding that area just to gridlock, continually from, normal business hours. So we would essentially be trapped in our community.
And if the commission does approve Atlantic Fields, the final say will come from Sussex County Council.
And for some context, this is where Atlantic Field Shopping Center would go along Route 24 on the corner of Mulberry Knoll Road near Beacon Middle School. It would be 695,000 square feet development.
New this morning, slowing down in Ocean City, town announcing the implementation of another special event zone later this month. According to police, enhanced parking rules and higher violation fines are going into place from October 9th to the 12th. This is for the Endless Summer Cruisin event. The town says it expects thousands of visitors and heavy congestion. To see what other rules will be in place during this special event zone, head to our article on our website, CoastTV.com.
Happening this weekend in Ocean City, Country Calling Music Festival is taking place. The 3-day event is back, and it will be from October 3rd to October 5th. Organizers say headliners include Carrie Underwood, Luke Bryan, and Luke Combs. There will be 3 different stage areas for people to enjoy, 2 on the beach and 1 on the boardwalk. All of this is happening at the Ocean City Inlet.
New overnight, at least one person is hurt after 2 planes collided while taxiing at LaGuardia Airport in Queens, New York on Wednesday. The wing of one of the planes collided with the fuselage of the other on the airport's taxiway. This was just before 10 p.m. A flight attendant on board one of the aircraft was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. No passengers were injured during the collision, and they were placed in hotel rooms, offered meals, and given the option to rebook their flights today.
New this morning, BB Healthcare is rolling out a major upgrade to patient care. According to the organization, starting November 1st, BB will start to use Epic, an electronic health record system, along with the MyChart patient portal. The system connects records across more than 50 locations in Sussex County, giving patients one chart for all of their care. With MyChart, people can view appointments, message doctors, and manage billing from their phone or computer. BB leaders say the upgrade will improve patient access, coordination, and community health.
I've got a heartbreaking story out of Newcastle County to tell you about. The president of a Delaware animal rescue is facing animal cruelty charges.
According to the Office of Animal Welfare, nearly 100 dogs, cats, and small pets were rescued from Mark Potomi's home. Potomi is the founder of Pets and Wildlife Sanctuaries.
Authorities say he had 98 animals living among filth, and you can see some of them packed into crates. 4 animals did not survive. Potomi now faces more than 60 counts of animal cruelty and other charges.
Now nearly all of the animals are at the Brandywine Valley SPCA location in Georgetown. The SPCA says it's in need of fosters, adoptions, and donations to help care for these pets.
Things to know: protect your pets in Wycomico County. This weekend, the health department is offering a rabies clinic. The agency says the walk-up clinic is $10 per pet. Owners must show proof of previous rabies vaccinations if they choose the 3-year dosage, and this is taking place October 4th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on 108 East Main Street.
Across Delmarva, high school girls in our region are getting hands-on career experience in the power industry. Today, the Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware Association of Electric Cooperatives will host a one-day career camp. The organization says the program introduces students to careers like line work, fiber broadband, and substation technology. Campers can learn safety skills, practice climbing utility poles, and even try out a bucket truck. Today's camp takes place at Chop Tank Electric Cooperative starting at 8:45 a.m.
Happening today, people in Ocean View, they have a chance to weigh in on plans for a new natural area and trail. The town is hosting a public workshop on the Burzens project. The site is located at the corner of Muddy Neck and Double Bridges Roads. And according to the Ocean View Town Hall, the workshop takes place from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Ocean View Community Center on West Avenue.
The Delaware Division of Revenue is warning about a new text message scam. The messages pretend to be from the Division of Revenue, saying your tax refund is approved, but demanding valid payment information. They even claim your refund will be forfeited if you don't respond. The agency says that's not true. Do not click the links. The state says it never sends texts asking for personal or financial details, and refunds are never taken away for not replying.
Delaware Healthcare Association is sounding the alarm over the potential impact of the government shutdown. According to the association, the shutdown threatens several healthcare programs that support hospital operations and patient care. DHA's CEO and president, Brian Frazee, said in a statement, quote, "The shutdown will have real implications on critical healthcare programs. The current political gridlock creates uncertainty, making these times even more challenging."
We are now taking a live look at Washington, D.C. Today, the government is shut down, and so are lawmakers. Senators are not in session today, so no opportunity for votes could reopen the government.
Now, as Americans prepare to deal with the consequences, NBC News is learning the Office of Management and Budget says the administration will begin reduction in force in a matter of days.
NBC's Bianca Fucini shows us what is in store as there is no end in sight today.
Every other shutdown.
24 hours later, and both sides are still blaming each other.
Donald Trump and Republicans shut the federal government down.
The Democrats followed through on their threat to shut down the United States government.
While lawmakers will be in Washington Thursday, Capitol Hill was already planned to be fairly quiet in observance of Yom Kippur, according to Senate Majority Leader John Thune. The Senate holds their next vote Friday afternoon. As Americans wait for the stalemate to resolve, many federal workers are bracing for layoffs.
We're not getting paid for the work we're performing. We're nervous about making ends meet. And the American people are also nervous about what a government shutdown means to their earned benefits.
We don't like that. We don't necessarily want to do it, but we're going to do what we have to keep the American people's essential services continuing to run.
Now, the Democrats say these layoffs will be targeted toward government programs the GOP doesn't like.
Targeting the clean energy economy, Republicans have been doing that since January 20th and assaulted the clean energy economy and the creation of good-paying American jobs in their one big, ugly bill.
But it's a claim that the administration denies. At the heart of the issue is health care. The Democrats want to reverse Medicaid cuts and President Trump's tax breaks and spending reductions from the summer. They also want to extend tax credits that make health insurance premiums more affordable for the millions of people who purchase through the Affordable Care Act. For now, it seems like neither side is willing to budge. And according to the Congressional Budget Office, an estimated 750,000 federal employees could be furloughed each day of a shutdown. In Washington, Bianca Fascini, NBC News.
And we're just getting started this morning on CoastTV News Today.
Yeah, coming up, Assateague services slashed, how the government shutdown impacting some of the activities right here on Delmarva.
Also, Veteran Affairs gets first secretary. We'll tell you what new Secretary General Karen Berry plans for the future of the department.
But first, from strangers to instant friends, how two young women who met just a few months ago now have built a growing community across coastal Delaware. All that and more as CoastTV News Today continues.
Making friends can be tough at any stage of life, especially young adulthood. But for two women in Delaware, they're trying to change that. They're getting women together for a walking club. In this week's Coastal Connections, Elisa Weber shows us what these two women have done with the Beach Babes Walking Club.
You would think Samantha and Cameron have been friends for years, but they only met this past May when Cameron was looking to connect after moving to Delaware from Pennsylvania. Samantha was also new to the first state, ironically from Pennsylvania too.
So I actually saw Sam post a video on TikTok, and I saw she was in the area, so I reached out. I was like, hey, you want to grab dinner? Kind of just trying to meet friends. So it was a little girl date that we went on at Nalu, and that night was some history for us.
The second time they hung out, Samantha and Cameron started planning a walking group for women, believing they weren't the only ones looking to meet new people. And in June 2025, Beach Babes Walk Club officially hit the ground walking.
We really were just craving a girlhood and a community, so that's kind of what Beach Babes is about. Literally, people would just come up and they were like, I came here alone, I was so nervous, and like I really feel that, and I'm like proud of them for showing up, because that's like really the first step you have to take to make friends and like connection, and that's all you have to do is just show up.
The club is free. All you have to do is show up, and women in all phases of life are welcome.
We had college age girls come and up to even moms, 30, 40 years old. Like, everyone's welcome. So it was just a great range of people, and we have girls bring like their dogs, their kids. It's amazing.
What started as a twice-a-month event has grown into a weekly gathering, sometimes held on both Saturday and Sunday as word spread and demand increased. Even though summer has come to an end, Beach Babes has no plans of stopping.
We are looking to make a branch off of the walk club just for girls who don't necessarily want to walk, or it's maybe too cold to walk. So we're looking at making a social club of some sorts. No like names or anything yet, but that will entail just things we can do to meet up, like think bonfires on the beach, winery days with the girls, just like a bunch of fun activities to really get to know each other better, and do just like fun activities with the seasons, like fall, winter, lots to look forward to.
If you would like to join the 302 Beach Babes, all you have to do is pull out your phone, go on their Instagram, and find the next time and location for their walk. For Coastal Connections, I'm Elisa Weber.
Time is 5:18, and we're getting a live look near the Isle of Wight Bay in Ocean City. And if you're just joining us, First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono moments ago showed us the big drop in temperatures we've had over the past 24 hours.
Oh yeah, we are feeling that fall chill this morning stepping outside the door, especially away from the coast where we're still a bit on the breezy side. And you can see that temperature difference, 14 to 16 degrees cooler on Delmarva. We're at 46 right now, Harrington, 49, Redden, 53 in Milton, 48 in Long Lake. But as I mentioned, a bit milder at the coast with that push of wind off the ocean, 65 in Rehoboth, and we're at 65 in Ocean City. Not nearly as windy as where we were yesterday. Still seeing some breezy conditions, 22-mile-an-hour gusts there in Ocean City to 23 Indian River Inlet. More importantly, the dry air is in place. Check out the dew points are in the 40s. And we're going to stay sunny and dry through the rest of the week, all thanks to high pressure over Canada that's sliding southward through the day today. Well, Hurricane Imelda just blew through Bermuda, and this will become extra tropical cyclone through the day today as it races off into the North Atlantic here, and that will be a distant memory for the East Coast. But we still have some rough surf to contend with today, coastal flood advisories, as well as the high risk of rip currents. We have high surf advisories for Accomack and Worcester up through about 12 o'clock today, as well as coastal flood advisories up for Dorchester County through the high tide cycle. Now, temperatures today are going to be generally in the mid to upper 60s, right around 70 in some locations. You see Futurecast shows partly cloudy skies through the afternoon, so a really nice day, not as breezy as where we were yesterday. Once again, tonight, falling upper 40s to low 50s for most of the area away from the coast. And for our Friday, an absolutely fabulous day, still on the cool side, highs around the lower 70s under partly cloudy skies, and we have just wall-to-wall sunshine through the weekend. As I mentioned, the winds still gusting upwards of 20-25 miles an hour through the morning and into the early afternoon, but those winds will be subsiding through the evening and into the overnight, and that is why we're expecting those temperatures to really plunge once again into the overnight with partly cloudy skies. Well, as quickly as we cooled, we're going to quickly warm up through the weekend. 76 to 78 over the weekend, and then we're going to be right into the lower 80s by early next week. So that's really going to be the setup. Dominant high pressure, and that high is going to kind of slide to our southeast over the weekend and into early next week. So if you're making your way out to Country Calling Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I mean, if you were at the concert last weekend, we got drenched with the rain on Saturday. Far cry from that this weekend, mostly sunny skies, and we're going to keep that sunshine in play through the early part of next week. As I mentioned, that high slides to our southeast. We welcome in more of a southwesterly wind flow, and it's not going to be until middle part of next week. We'll see a cold front push through, and that will give us a chance of showers and even a few thunderstorms as we go into the middle part of next week. But a gorgeous weekend ahead. 76 into Saturday, 78. I mentioned morning lows tomorrow and Saturday in the upper 40s away from the coast, and then there's a bump up in temperature, lower 80s through early next week. Matt.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Delaware is marking a new chapter for veterans. On Wednesday, lawmakers, advocates, and veterans gathered as General Karen Berry was sworn in as the state's first Secretary of Veteran Affairs. House Bill 1, which established the state-level Department of Veteran Affairs, was passed by the General Assembly and signed into law by Governor Matt Meyer in August. Many veterans hope this new cabinet-level position will give them a stronger voice and better representation, something they say has been long overdue.
I'm honored to be the one to lead us into the future of supporting, making sure our veterans understand and their families understand what are the services that are available to them so that can help make their lives better.
And General Berry says she plans to meet with veteran communities across the state to hear about their challenges and learn how the new department can help support them.
The Delmarva Sports Network is covering marching band competitions featuring over a dozen schools from across the peninsula. These competitions will stream exclusively on DSM+. The next one is scheduled for October 18th.
And up next on Coast TV News today, Assateague services slashed. The areas of the National Seashore closed to visitors as that government shutdown persists. Don't go anywhere.
The Assateague Island National Seashore Facebook page says the federal government shutdown has left it with fewer staff and services. The National Seashore campground, beaches, and trails will remain open through the shutdown. However, the visitor center will be closed until the shutdown is over. Visitors say they are relieved the park remains partially open.
It is a beautiful park, and I know I've gotten a lot out of it over the years, and I'm sure a lot of other people have.
And for now, visitors will have to enjoy Assateague with fewer resources and wait for the government shutdown to end before the park fully reopens.
The Chincoteague National Wildlife Refuge has announced the winner of its annual photo contest. And the winning photo, Trying to Think. It's by Terry Willis of Maryland. We're going to show you that tricolored heron perched thoughtfully along the shoreline. This is just north of the Assateague Bridge. And judges said what make this picture so special is that it was taken from a kayak. The photo will get featured on Chincoteague's 2026 annual pass.
That's a beautiful picture. Well, if you're looking for a nice fall beach day today, I like to go to the beach in the fall. It's a really underrated time of year to go to the beach. I think today looks like a good day for that, but bring a sweatshirt.
Yeah, nice day for a walk. Not sure if you want to do the swim thing, but if you do, Chris, we got some rip current risks.
Yeah, we're still dealing with some residual effects from Umberto and Imelda in the form of high surf, dangerous risk of rip currents. Now, we're not going to be as windy as where we were at yesterday. Still seeing some breezy conditions at this hour. Rehoboth Beach, we're at 65. That is one of the milder spots at this hour. So the small craft advisory is up through 6 o'clock Friday along the Delaware coast. Further to the south, that is up through 8 a.m. from Ocean City down through Chincoteague. Still have that high surf advisory up through about noon today, as well as coastal flood advisories for Dorchester, Somerset, and Wicomico counties. This is primarily through high tide cycle today into early Friday morning. Now, we'll see partly cloudy skies through Ocean City and Fenwick Island with highs reaching the mid to upper 60s. Upper 60s into Lewis this afternoon, partly cloudy skies, breezy conditions to start. I think the winds will subside as we push on throughout the day today. Cambridge will see highs right around 68, as well as Crisfield, highs right around 67 under partly cloudy skies. So a really nice day along the bay. Cheryl White, Laurel, Delaware, you're the winner of our Coast TV Weather Umbrella. Congratulations there. We'll talk about a gorgeous stretch of weather to end the week and into the weekend coming up in that next half hour. Elisa.
All right, thank you, Chris. And after the break on Coast TV News today, patient records improvement, how BB says 2 new services will allow better access.
Also, Ocean City fines increase. It's temporary as another special event zone goes in effect in the event that is the reason for the restrictions.
And no action on Atlantic Fields, what you need to know about the continued delay on a decision for this massive shopping center planned for Sussex County. Coast TV News today. We'll be right back.
Now on Coast TV News.
Atlantic Field's future frozen. Why the big design for a Costco, Target, and more near Lewis is delayed once again.
Neglect Nightmare uncovered how these animals are in the care of the Brandywine Valley SPCA in Georgetown after a Newcastle County man is facing over 60 counts of charges, including animal cruelty.
Good Thursday morning, Delmarva. That autumn-like chill is in the air this morning. Some of us waking up to temperatures in the 40s. I'll have details on a spectacular stretch of weather ahead.
Healthcare gets streamlined. Why a new upgrade at BB is expected to increase efficiency with managing medical records.
This is Coast TV News Today.
October 2nd, 2025. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us.
5:31 a.m. If you're about to head out, might want to go with a windbreaker. That's my recommendation.
Definitely, but this is my favorite weather to dress for. You can wear shorts, but also a sweatshirt. I love to wear sweatshirts. I'm wearing shorts with them. It's my favorite.
How many of them are red color with an R on it?
Quite a few. My mom has actually in the past, she said, okay, Lisa, I need to cut you off because she's like, you have a sweatshirt addiction. But you know what? I love buying sweatshirts when I travel, my sports teams. I'm sure Chris has plenty of Philadelphia sports sweatshirts
Phillies,
as well.
Flyers.
Oh yeah, I'll be breaking out that Phillies pullover this weekend for that big game on Saturday. But yeah, we're feeling that fall-like chill this morning. Stepping outside the door, especially away from the beaches. The beaches are actually the mild spot this morning. 61 in Lewis, dew point 52, so that comfortable dry air is well intact on Delmarva, but you can see the 24-hour temperature change. 16 degrees cooler in Salisbury, 14 degrees cooler on the midshore, and 14 degrees cooler there in Georgetown. You can see the temperature difference. 46 in Harrington, 49 Bridgeville, we're at 49 in Laurel, 52 Georgetown to mid-60s at the coast as that onshore wind continues. Not as windy as yesterday. You can see winds are pretty calm further inland you go. Sustained winds anywhere between about 10 to 20. Still seeing some gusts upwards of 23 Indian River Inlet to 21 in Bethany Beach to 22 in Ocean City. As I mentioned, those dew points are in the 40s, making it feel very comfortable out there. As high pressure builds southward, you can see pretty dry throughout much of the northeast through the mid-Atlantic and Ohio River Valley. As we go into the day today, a cool day, that fall-like chill in the air under partly cloudy skies. Keep in mind, still have that high risk of rip currents, and that sunshine is going to continue Friday into the weekend, and we're going to begin that warming trend. In fact, especially the second half of the weekend as temperatures make a run at near 80 degrees once again. So this afternoon, we're in the upper 60s, could touch 70, 71 far southern parts of Delmarva. But again, those winds gusting upwards of 20, 25 miles an hour, at least early in the morning through mid-afternoon, and then those winds will be subsiding. Coming up, we'll talk more about the weekend ahead in that full 7-day forecast. Elisa.
All right, thank you, Chris. Our top story this half hour, another delayed decision on plans for a large shopping center on Route 24 west of Lewis.
Yeah, vote to change the zoning for the Atlantic Field Shopping Center. This included a Costco, Target, and Whole Foods. It didn't happen at Wednesday's planning and zoning meeting. The commission deferred their decision on the zoning amendment to a later date.
People who live nearby were at that meeting, many saying they're worried about the traffic that the new stores could bring to the area.
And according to plans, Atlantic Fields, if this would go along Route 24, corner of Mulberry Knoll Road near Beacon Middle School, it would be a 695,000 square foot development.
New this morning, slowing down in Ocean City, the town is announcing the implementation of another special event zone later this month. And this will be for the enhanced parking rules and higher violation fines going into place for October 9th to 12th. This is for the Endless Summer Cruising event. The town says it expects thousands of visitors and heavy congestion.
Happening this weekend in Ocean City, we have the Big Country Calling Music Festival. The 3-day event is back. It takes place October 3rd to the 5th. Organizers say the headliners include Carrie Underwood, Luke Bryant, Luke Combs will be there. There are 3 different stage areas for people to enjoy, 2 on the beach, 1 on the boardwalk. All this at the Ocean City Inlet.
I really want to see Luke Combs. Well, new this morning, BB Healthcare is rolling out a major upgrade to patient care, according to the organization. Starting November 1st, BB will start to use Epic, an electronic health record system, along with the MyChart patient portal. The system connects records across more than 50 locations in Sussex County, giving patients one chart for all of their care. With MyChart, people can view appointments, message doctors, and manage billing from their phone or computer. BB leaders say the upgrade will improve patient access, coordination, and community health.
Our next story is a heartbreaking one out of Newcastle County. The president of a Delaware animal rescue is facing animal cruelty charges.
According to the Office of Animal Welfare, nearly 100 dogs, cats, and small pets were rescued from Mark Potomi's home. Potomi is the founder of Pet and Wildlife Sanctuaries.
Authorities say he had 98 animals living among filth. Here's some of them right here on your screen, packed into crates. 4 animals did not survive. Potomi now faces more than 60 counts of animal cruelty and other charges.
Now nearly all of the animals are at the Brandywine Valley SPCA in Georgetown. The SPCA says it's in need of fosters, adoptions, and donations to help care for these pets.
Chincoteague's National Wildlife Refuge will remain open during normal hours for the duration of the government shutdown. That's according to the Chamber of Commerce. But park officials say the Bateman Center, Tom's Cove Visitor Center, and Assateague Lighthouse are all closed.
We are now taking a live look at Washington, D.C. It's now day 2 of the government shutdown, and the lack of funding impacts have already begun. And thousands of federal workers are staying home, reducing some services for Americans.
And Amy Kiley shows us the potential ramifications of this budget impasse.
Congress's first role is to make sure the government operates.
We need to reopen the government.
Leaders of both parties say the government shutdown is bad for the country, but they don't agree on how to fix it. Democrats want a funding bill that reverses Medicaid cuts and extends expiring Obamacare subsidies.
Well, what we're doing is fighting to protect the health care of the American people.
Republicans want a fairly clean continuing resolution.
The counter proposal would add $1.5 trillion in new spending on a 7-week stopgap measure. We're not doing that.
Shuttering the government is starting to have an impact. The FBI Agents Association says, quote, a shutdown can undermine the FBI's ability to perform its duties at a time when the country faces an unprecedented range of national security and criminal threats. Meanwhile, the White House says It'll soon use the shutdown as a reason to lay off federal workers.
The Doge cuts, it's now this shutdown. I almost wonder, why would anybody want to be a federal worker?
Sources say the White House also thinks a food program for women, infants, and children could run out of money by next week. A recent survey shows about a quarter of military families rely on WIC. Service members are among the federal workers no longer getting paid.
Our military families need a solution to this.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
This just in, Attorney General Pam Bondi and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth are in Memphis, Tennessee to meet with federal, state, and local law enforcement along with National Guard troops. The visit comes as National Guard troops begin arriving in the city at the direction of President Trump in an initiative called Memphis Safe Task Force. It's part of a push by the administration to crack down on crime, similar to the steps that were taken in Washington, D.C.
We are going to work hand in hand to make the most violent crime city in the country have no crime.
It's still unclear exactly how many troops and agents will be in Memphis or where they will be positioned.
And we still got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up after the break, targeted ad awareness. The new way Meta says it will use your information for targeted ads.
Also, Friday Night Lights. We look at the keys for Sussex Central as they face a powerhouse program from Newcastle County for the second week in a row. Stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
Good Thursday morning, Delmarva. We're almost there, almost to that weekend. It's a chilly start to our day here on the peninsula. We're at 65 in Ocean City. Still with some breezy conditions along the coast. 25-mile-an-hour wind there in Indian River Inlet to 22 in Ocean City. You can see temperatures, though, with the clear skies and calm winds, we have dropped 46 Harrington. We're at 49 in Bridgeville to 52 in Georgetown. So we're going to stay clear and dry, all thanks to high pressure, and that's going to really keep rain chances at bay for at least the next week or so. Starting to see some color change. Portions of eastern Pennsylvania as well as South Jersey. But on average, we typically see that late October to early November here on Delmarva. Coastal communities down from the Delaware coast into Maryland and Virginia mid-November. So in the weeks ahead, we'll begin to see those leaves start to change here on Delmarva from north to south. You get your forecast anytime by dialing the First Alert Weather Phone, sponsored by Brockstead, Mandalis, and Federico. Coming up, we will talk about plenty of sunshine for the remainder of the week and into the weekend, as well as a warming trend. As quickly as we cooled, we're going to quickly warm up. We'll talk about that coming up a little bit later on. Matt.
Okay, Chris. A shoplifting call in Rehoboth Beach on Wednesday ended with much more. According to police, 25-year-old Corey Edge of Harrington is accused of stealing on Rehoboth Avenue. This was Wednesday morning. Police say when they stopped him, he also had meth, drug paraphernalia, and a knife with metal knuckles. Edge faces several felony and misdemeanor charges. He was released on an $8,000 unsecured bond.
Delaware State Police say continuing checkpoints are part of ongoing efforts to reduce impaired driving. New data from the upstate says officers screened 228 cars. They made 5 DUI arrests along with 12 other traffic stops.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, sports fans. We have a cross-conference battle on the gridiron this Friday. It's the Sussex Central Golden Knights and the Middletown Cavaliers.
The Sussex Central Golden Knights are gearing up for a Friday night showdown. This team a year ago defeated Middletown 37-33. But Sussex Central is sitting at a 2-game losing streak. Head coach John Wells says there's a lot to improve on after the Hodgins-Votech game, but he was proud of how his team fought in the contest against Salesiana. So for this week against Middletown, the keys are to maintain the pace of the game.
Slowing them down. I mean, obviously, they got skilled players at every position. 3 great running backs that are all recruits. And I think they got 2 or 3 that are Division I recruits right now. The quarterback may be faster than all of them. They can throw it, catch it, they can run it. They're very skilled there. Defensively, again, I think they had a few new faces there also. So they're pretty stout. I think they're still, I don't care what the record is, I still think they're the best team in the state skill-wise and talent-wise. So it's going to be a tall order for us, but this last week we got up for the challenge, and I think our kids will do the same again.
That's all for sports. Have a great day, everybody.
And coming up tonight on DSN at 5:30, your high school football pregame show, Scoops and Scores. Then it is a big city matchup in Salisbury when undefeated Y-High faces Parkside at 11 p.m. It is the final score. Now, along with that Y-High Parkside game, here's what you can watch on DSM Plus today, 4 p.m. Bayside Conference Girls Soccer when North Dorchester visits Queen Anne's. Got some Henlopen Conference Boys Soccer at 5:30. Indian River hosting Cesar Rodney. Milford taking on Delmar. And at 6:30, Worcester County High School football when Decatur hosts Snow Hill.
And it's week 5 in the NFL regular season, and we have Sunday Night Football right here on Coast TV this week. You can catch the New England Patriots take on the Buffalo Bills. Coverage begins at 7. Then stay right here on Coast TV for your news following the game.
Frankenstein unveiled, plus Demi Moore and Billy Bob Thornton return to the small screen. Rick Damigella has more in the Hollywood Minute.
Frankenstein comes alive. This is a glimpse at Jacob Elordi's portrayal of the resurrected monster in Guillermo del Toro's take on the Mary Shelley novel. Oscar Isaac co-stars in the tense new film, which will have a limited theatrical release on October 17th before arriving on Netflix on November 7th.
I want success. Get it for me.
Demi Moore and Billy Bob Thornton face more oil drama. We have your first look at season 2 of the hit drama Landman. The pair of stars will continue tackling the pressures of a Texas oil boom as new episodes premiere on November 16th on Paramount+.
Over the right shoulder, right down the center, sir.
Walton Goggins is heading to video games. The actor will now portray his character from the TV series Fallout in the video game series from which the show is based. The Ghoul will be a major addition for the popular multiplayer game Fallout 76 and will be part of the upcoming Burning Springs expansion. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Rough week? You can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. Just sign up now for free at coasttv.com/sign-up to get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday. And Chris, looks like we have a joyful day today.
We do, and it is a chilly start. In fact, stepping outside the door this morning away from the coast, we're in the upper 40s, partly cloudy skies through the morning and afternoon. And yes, a fall-like weather to round out the week, but a warm-up is in store. I'll tell you when it arrives, coming up right after the break.
The time is now 5:49 and we are taking a live look outside at Rehoboth Beach this morning. Chris, we don't have the best view in Rehoboth right now. I do know that it is cooler at the beaches than we've experienced. If you're headed to Rehoboth today for a nice fall walk on the boardwalk, just bring a jacket.
Oh yeah, we need some Windex on that camera, I think. But yeah, the winds are going to be subsiding at the coast through the day today. Not as windy as where we were yesterday, but we're much cooler. Look at this, 16 degrees cooler there in Salisbury, 16 degrees cooler in Cambridge, and that air mass that's in place with the clear skies, the dry conditions is allowing temperatures to fall, especially away from the coast where we're in the upper 40s to low 50s. Milder with that wind coming off the ocean. Still seeing some gusts upwards of 25 Indian River Inlet, so it will be a breezy morning and breezy day overall along the coast. Look at the dew points, mid to upper 40s, and that is a sign of that drier air mass that's really locked in for much of the northeast and mid-Atlantic. High pressure is going to be sinking southward through the next few days. Hurricane Imelda still kicking at this hour, blew through Bermuda. This is lifting off to the northeast, racing off to the northeast, I should say. Will be an extra tropical cyclone as we push through the day today. Now we have small craft advisories up for the Delaware coast, runs through about 6 o'clock on Friday. Small craft advisories further to the south, Ocean City, Chincoteague, run through 8 a.m. on Saturday. And we still have that high surf advisory in play through noon today. We still have seas 5 to 9 feet. Coastal flood advisories, Dorchester, Somerset, Wacomico could see some minor to moderate tidal flooding through high tide cycle today. Partly cloudy skies through the afternoon as we rise into the upper 60s to around 70 degrees in some locations, but for the most part, most of the area staying in the mid to upper 60s under partly cloudy skies. It's going to be another chilly night, falling into the upper 40s to lower 50s away from the coast. Upper 50s along the shore early Friday morning, and then by Friday afternoon, once again, another really nice day, partly cloudy, mid to upper 60s with a few lower 70s across the area. Winds are going to continue to gust anywhere between 20, 25 miles an hour, at least through midday. Then as we go in the late afternoon, early evening, we should see those winds relax through the day on Friday. Temperatures are going to be on the rise, though, as we push into the weekend. Mid to upper 70s, near 81 by the early part of next week as high pressure sinks southward. That's going to allow more of a southeasterly wind flow as we go into the weekend. And speaking of the weekend, we're looking spectacular in Ocean City. Wall-to-wall sunshine with highs in the low 70s. If you're making it out to Country Calling, the weather is going to cooperate this weekend. High pressure sinks southeast over the weekend and into early next week. See more of a southwest wind into the early part of next week, so that's going to allow temperatures to rise into the lower 80s. Then as we go into Wednesday, late Thursday, cold front pushes through, and that gives us a chance for showers and maybe even a thunderstorm as we go into Wednesday. But as I mentioned, a picture-perfect weekend for that first weekend of October, 78 into your Sunday, and then there's that bump up in temperature, lower 80s. Cold front comes through Wednesday, giving us a chance of rain Wednesday afternoon through Wednesday evening. Matt.
Thank you, Chris. New this morning, Cambridge drivers will have to slow down. According to the city, work is scheduled for Locust Street. This is near Glenburn Avenue, Friday, tomorrow, October 3rd. That's the area that we are showing you right here on your screen. And city officials say crews are scheduled from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. They're advising drivers to slow down, use caution, and stay alert for workers in the area.
Microsoft is doubling down on price increases for its Xbox video game system. The company announced it is raising prices for the console's top subscription tier by 50%. That brings the cost of an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate to $30 per month or $360 per year. It comes as previously announced price increases for the Xbox Series X and S consoles are set to take effect this month.
Meta will soon use what people tell its AI chatbot to target them with more personalized ads. The company says users will see notices of the change next week, but it won't kick in until December 16th. Meta says it won't use sensitive topics like religion, politics, or health for ad targeting, and you'll still be able to use its ad preferences tool to add or remove topics that don't interest you.
The time is now 5:53, and we're going to check in with our Coastal Pet of the Day.
Today's Coastal Pet of the Day has a name that is perfectly fitting for the personality here. On your screen, that is Sunny. You can see from the funny face Sunny's making. We just know they're a bright light for their family. Sunny was submitted to us by Lori in Fishing Creek.
And we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen.
Scan that QR code at the top center to get your friends to Coast TV News, and then watch weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
It is 5:56, and we are going to take another look at our finally feeling like fall forecast.
Finally feeling like fall. Chris,
Yeah.
It is brisk out there, at least in the early morning hours today.
Yeah, you know, away from the coast, the winds are calm. We get clear skies, that dry air mass in place, and that's allowing for temperatures to fall pretty rapidly this morning away from the coast. Upper 40s to start, and a cool afternoon. Partly cloudy skies will be up to 67 by around your lunchtime and hold pretty steady in the upper 60s. Some of our southern locations could touch around 70 this afternoon and once again be in the upper 40s early Friday morning, a bit milder, 71 by your Friday afternoon, and we trend milder over the weekend, but just a beautiful weekend. Wall-to-wall sunshine, lower 80s into early next week, and then we peak with temperatures at least Tuesday. Then we watch a cold front Wednesday that will bring a chance of showers and even a thunderstorm, and behind that front we cool back into the 60s.
All right, thank you, Chris. And coming up in our next hour, shopping center stalled. Why the Sussex County Planning and Zoning Commission once again delayed a decision on the project that could bring a Costco and Target to the Lewis area. That and more when we continue with Coast TV News Today.